This Friday with me, Betty. Thank you so much for staying with us and for joining us. Karibu sana nyumbani. We missed you. All right, so tonight, of course, we have a fantastic, show. Tulianza mapema lakini tunaendelea sasa hivi. And of course, we want to start with Which is Which with Willice Ochieng. All right. Thank you so much. So let me just say a quick hello. Willice, are you good tonight? Sijui kama mwone your news ati there's a guy in Mulomonye in Kakamega who's saying he's God in human form, Willice. Nimecheka nimeisha.
Betty, I think Western is becoming a land of gods. I use gods with the small g.
Yeah.
But it's becoming a land of many gods and maybe even goddesses with the small g. But it was really amusing to some extent, Betty.
I know, Willice. I know. Kenya kuna maneno. Jana kulikuwa na mama wa Yesu. But you know what? I'm telling you, Willice. So tonight...
Dunia inaendelea kubadilika, Betty.
I know. Willice, we have quite a number of questions tonight. And I just want us to start with the ones that I have for you tonight before we get, of course, to the rest that you have prepared for us tonight. All right. So the first one is this one. Cafeteria, Willice. So tunasemanga ni cafeteria or cafeteria. How do you go about it?
Betty, many people innocently say cafeteria, cafeteria or cafeteria. The most common one is cafeteria, but that is inaccurate because you say cafe, then teria, cafeteria. And then those who are also fond of saying kef, cyber kef. No, we don't say kef, you say cafe.
Okay, got it, Willice. Cafeteria. Salano, yes. Did you know that? But then you know Willice.
Long time ago.
Long time ago when we started this thing, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
Do you know you say cafeteria?
Cafeteria.
Ah, pana. Hey, Willice, are you hearing my guest? I mean, no.
No, the guest has just said what is commonly heard locally.
Hey, yes. Cafeteria. Moving on to this other one, something that solves the problem of a particular situation. So is it Panacea or Panacea? Panacea, Willice, how do we go about that one?
Now, what we commonly hear around us, Betty, is Panacea. Panacea, no. You say Panacea. Panacea. What solves a problem in a situation? Panacea for something.
Panacea it is.
Yes.
Okay, I have another one, Willice. Fugitive. So that, of course, a person who escapes or runs, to avoid being caught or arrested. How do we go about that one, Willice?
Oh. Betty, you may agree with me that many people innocently say fugitive, some say fugitive, fugitive and all that.
Right.
Now, you say few at the onset, that is at the beginning, you say fugitive. That is the correct pronunciation of that word, Betty.
Okay, Willice, I have one before I just hand it over to you. This one is SACRED. I had it on my news tonight, and I don't know, I think I forgot if it's sacred or sacred. Salano, which is which? Sacred.
Sacred.
Okay.
Oh, Betty, locally, we find ourselves saying sacred.
Oh,
sacred.
I got that.
You got that.
Believe
sacred.
you me, that is not the accurate pronunciation of that word. That letter A takes its name as the sound, and then the E takes the sound E. So you say sacred heart, not sacred heart.
Sacred. Oh, Willice, so it's
sacred.
Okay.
Sacred.
Got it, Willice. Okay, that was a surprise, to me tonight. Nilipata news, I was just like, what do I say? All right, Willice, let's move on to, of
Betty,
course.
you know what?
Yeah.
We could do better if we had good guidance when we go to school, especially right from pre-primary to primary to the higher institutions of learning. That is, if we had more emphasis on pronunciation, just like grammar, vocabulary, and spelling. But now, nobody can be perfect.
Absolutely, nobody can be perfect, Willice. Thank you so much. Let me just hand it over to you for the words from our audience.
Yes, we have so many questions this week, but Betty, I'll try to handle possibly 1 or 2 words for each person. Mary McKenna of Nairobi, you say meticulous, meticulous, and dubious. Zach Mainga of Marsabit, you say often, but you can also say often. At W. Saula of Eldoret, you say debut, debut, and debuted. Then we have Robert Nyagaka and James Ragira of G4S Kisii. Betty, those 2 men love the Friday show like nobody's business. Robert Nyagaka and James Ragira, we also salute you. But remember, you say education, education, and extension. Wakili Jesse Kihoro of Nairobi, you say base for both words. That is B-A-S-E, base. Then B-A-S-S for voice or sound, you also say bass. Such words are technically called homophones. Edwin Waweru Maina, you say coalesce. And we have Anita Kalamba, you say the bank heist, heist, not haste, robbery, heist. Collins, a.k.a. Kolimo of Nairobi, you say girdle. Imaya of Lodwar, intuitive, intuitive, intuition. Aska Sendeo of Narok, triumphant, triumphant, not triumphant, tria. There is that glide on 3 vowel sounds, triumphant. Mary Ochieng, you say recipe or recipe. What you avoid is recipe, recipe or recipe. Brian Renson, you say indignant, indignant. Koech Vincent, you. A female sheep, you call it a ewe, not an ewe, not an ewe. Barak Senior, you say invitation, not invitation. And combination, not combination. Titus Bravo, Ecclesiastes, vine, and then you say vineyard, not vineyard. Lastly, Sandra Atieno, you say womb, not womb. Many people say womb, but that B after M is silent. You say womb. That is the way to go. Then we have this word for our tongues, dear viewers. For that fish, you can say barracuda, cuda, or barracuda. Cuda is usually used in American English, but you say barracuda. That is in RP, received pronunciation. Then we have our surprise word for tonight, Betty. Let our guest try to say this word. All the way from Western.
Vacancy.
Are we together?
Vacancy. A vacancy.
Yes, he has got it. You say vey, not va. Vacancy, but many people innocently say vacancy. Vacant, no. Vacancy, vacant. And that is if you are keen on standard English pronunciations. Otherwise, dear viewers, if you have any word throughout the week, you can always send it using my X handle, and that is at Willice Ochieng 1. We'll always handle it come Friday night, this Friday with Betty, and the segment is Which is Which. I'm Willice Ochieng. Now taking you back to Betty and the guest.
Well, thank you so, so much, Willice. It's always such a joy, and of course, listening to you as you give us those pronunciations that we don't know. Salana amejaribu, by the way. Kidogo amejaribu. All right, Willice, of course, is joining us direct and live, of course, from Kisii County, and you can catch him every Friday over here. And if you have any questions, like he mentioned, you can actually just talk to him on his X. He's normally very efficient, very quick. Kwa date and you need to know a certain pronunciation, muulize hapo usichome, usijaibishe. So Willice, of course, joining us there. All right, now